Hello everyone. In today's video, I'm going to talk about growing your e-commerce business. And hey, are you one of those who want to start an e-commerce business but get discouraged on the way due to one reason or another? Well, I've got a few tips for you too. The first thing you need to know about e-commerce is that opportunities are vast. A lot of people tend to think that e-commerce is oversaturated and that it would be impossible for them to start a successful business. The truth is, yes, it's hard to start an e-commerce business today than it was 5 or 10 years ago, but there's still so much opportunity available. No one should feel discouraged from venturing because looking at the statistics, the numbers are good. The e-commerce share of total global retail sales grew from 7.4% in 2015 to 20% by 2022. And forecasts indicate that by 2025, this will make close to a quarter of total global retail sales. So this shows that there are more opportunities today than it was maybe 5 years ago, and it continues to grow. And, for me, seeing these opportunities actually makes me put in more time in my e-commerce business in order to expand. The fact is, direct to consumer and private labeling is growing at a very fast pace. Many factories and brands have realized that they don't need to work with these retail partners, so they can actually bypass them, keep their profits higher, and be more in control of their brand and their audience. And that's where you come in with that private labeling. There are so many different opportunities in this field, and I suggest that if you're interested in e-commerce, you do some more research into this business model. It's such a great way to make money. Now, as you probably already know, it is not just in the US, as was perceived many years ago. Global e-commerce sales reached $4 trillion in 2020 and $6.5 trillion in 2021, and the figures keep climbing. Most retailers are shifting more and more towards e-commerce, investing more in the digital footprint as well as their online presence. Basically, my point is there's so much opportunity for you to do well in this space because there are more consumers than there are creators and sellers, and there's a never-ending group of people who want to buy pretty much everything online. So take advantage of this huge shift to start your own business. Hopefully these tips will get you off the fence and move on to really starting your own e-commerce business, right? And thinking that this is too late or too hard, I'll tell you this, right? It's not too late because a lot of people are still venturing into e-commerce today, and a lot of them are really doing well. And two, regarding the mindset that it might be too hard, yes, e-commerce is a hard business to get right, but if you focus and remain consistent and eventually succeed, it's going to change your life and create a brand new stream of income for you. It's also extremely scalable, which is one of the most important things to look into when starting a business. So, how do you grow your online business? First is knowing your ideal client. Now that you've hopefully started your own e-commerce business, you must identify who your ideal customer is. You must have a target audience. A lot of new e-commerce people tend to think that if you make a product that appeals to everybody, then everybody will buy it. The truth is, if you have a product that appeals to everyone, that product will be appealing just a little bit, but not enough to get them to buy. And you can watch this more on my video, how to build and grow your personal brand, by clicking on the link above. Based on past experience, general products are just not likely to make that cut. Instead, that customer is more likely to purchase something that is, let me say, more specialized or more directed at a certain need. The most successful products are niche products. This is the kind of product that you tend to think that there'll be not much demand for it, but it actually sells. So when you're creating your product, it does not have to appeal to everyone. It should be a product that clearly fits the profile of a small group of people. Aiming your product at a small group of people helps you with targeting your return on investment. Basically, no one has enough money to market to everyone in the world, so don't even think about it. Instead, you want to market towards a specific group of people. Having a niche makes it far much better, and it makes your conversion rates better. Therefore, you need to define who your audience is or your avatar. Is your audience older? Are they younger? Are they men? Are they women? Are they college graduates? What are their values? Whatever that happens to be, whatever your avatar happens to be, you want to make sure that your brand is reflective of what they're looking for, something that really means something to them. If you could pinpoint a certain kind of person that is most likely to buy a product, that's a really, really great sign. Second thing is have a mobile-friendly website and an easy-to-use shopping cart. The first step is to make sure that all the text on your website is easy to read, obviously, simply because if the consumer can't read, then they're not going to click. Your website should be very simple, but also professional looking. You want to choose what appears professional because it is appealing to the psychology of the consumer. What I mean by simple is that you don't want your website to have tons and tons of buttons and links. This can be a very huge put-off for consumers, and you've probably experienced that. So it's important to focus on the design of your mobile website, because a lot of people are consuming the internet on their mobile phones. So from there, because a lot of people are online with their phones, you can build a solid customer base. Without a mobile-friendly website, you're losing out on tons and tons of potential traffic. And then have an easy-to-use shopping cart. So don't make it complicated for shoppers to check out, because then they might just only make that first purchase and not return. So that will have that domino effect of your business on not having a return customer. A recent study on reasons for abandonment during checkout showed that a too long or complicated checkout process is one of the biggest contributing factors. Another thing is, do not ask customers to create an account before they check out. It's a huge put-off and is a huge reason for abandonment during checkout. The point is, have fewer clicks leading to your checkout page, and that will result to higher conversion rates, meaning you get more sales. The third way to grow your e-commerce is to focus on selling one product first. It's advisable to focus on selling one product at the beginning. By communicating with your audience with one product at a time, you will have a much clearer grasp on how the audience is reacting to your business. Think about someone who is marketing a wide range of products at the same time, and they're facing all sorts of mixed responses. This is going to be very frustrating for you as a business owner, because you will end up drained with possibly no tangible sales. So number one, focus on one product. 2, perfect that product. And 3, optimize. And having done this, everything you do with the product will be really efficient. After maximizing that one product, you can start looking at others. The other thing is that when you deal with many products at the same time, your approach and your focus is really divided. But when you focus all your attention on one product and dedicate yourself to one product, your chances of success with that product are much higher. The fourth way to grow your e-commerce business is to optimize on social media. You definitely want to build relationships with your customer. Use the social media platforms to your advantage. And I'm talking Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, and many more that are out there. When you're big on social media, this allows you to have organic traffic. And this is traffic that is completely free and just comes naturally. It also allows your customers to really identify and connect with your brand. This is because on these platforms, you're more likely to be using a lot of videos, images, which is a kind of storytelling way to make people feel attached to the brand. On these platforms, you will want to post regularly, and by doing so, you remind your audience that you exist and that you have an awesome product. And whatever the content you post on these platforms, it should not be limited to selling the product itself. It should be selling the emotions behind the product, which gets customers to actually want it. After you build that base of content that your audience can relate to, you can start incorporating different sales or promos into your content. Here, increasing traffic is the objective, and with this, you are most likely to increase the number of sales you get. The fifth way to build your e-commerce business is video marketing. This can be related to social media. However, I've chosen to give video marketing a lot of emphasis because nowadays so many people consume information through videos. In terms of video, 51% of marketers are using YouTube, 17% using paid video hosting, and 23% are using self-hosting. Facebook is still the most popular social channel for marketers to post videos, followed by YouTube and then Instagram. For your business, you can use videos to market your brand, gain trust within your audience, keep your customers informed, and eventually show them how they can use your product or your service. And it's very interesting that 87% of video marketers reported that video gives them a positive return on investment compared to 33% who felt that way in 2015. So this just shows how impactful video has become as a marketing tool. One good thing is that nowadays making videos has become a lot easier. It's become more cost effective for businesses to generate their own videos to market their products on social media. Video is such a powerful form of storytelling. So definitely use videos if you have a brand and you want to connect with your audience. This move will eventually drastically increase the numbers of sales and eventually profit. So, in summary, we've talked about some key things to think about in order to grow your e-commerce business, and we've talked about knowing your ideal customer or your avatar. Start with one product and then you can grow to others. Make sure your website is mobile friendly and your shopping cart works really well. Connect with your customers on social media and make use of video marketing. Thank you for watching. I'd love to hear what you have implemented or are doing for your business in order to grow.